Level 1. The Bottle. You're 14 years old. You live in a neighborhood where MS-13 controls every block. You see the older guys. They wear blue and white. They have money. They have respect. Your mom works 2 jobs and you're invisible at school. But when those guys walk down the street, everyone moves aside. You start hanging around the corner where they post up. You don't ask to join. That's disrespectful. You just exist. You run to the store when they need cigarettes. You watch their backs when they're making deals. You hold packages without asking what's inside. They call you Paro. It means lookout. You stand on the corner for hours. Your job is simple. If you see police, you text a single emoji, a cop car. That's it. If you see Barrio 18, you run inside and warn them. You make 0 money. You're being tested. They want to see if you can keep your mouth shut. If a teacher asks about the guys in the corner, you say nothing. If police offer you $20 to talk, you walk away. You're waiting for the day they call you something other than Paro. Level 2. The Chequeo. 6 months pass. You've proven you're not a snitch. One night, Sneaky pulls you aside. You want in? You nod. Then you get checked. The chequeo is the test. It's a beating. You stand in an alley. 13 members from a circle around you. You have to survive 13 rounds of all them attacking you at once. You can't fight back. You can't run. You can't cry out. The count starts. 1. The fist hits your jaw. 2. It kicked in your ribs. 5. You're on the ground. 8. You taste blood. 11. Your vision blurs. 13. It stops. You're on the concrete. Everything hurts. Sneaky helps you up. He hugs you. Welcome, homeboy. You're in. They give you the street name. You're Flaco, or Smiley, or Diablo. That name is your identity now. You still make no money, but now you have protection. You're family now. Blood in, blood out. Level 3. The Soldier. You're 16. You've been jumped in for a year. Now you get your first real job. You're a soldier. Your job is to move product. MS-13 controls a local drug trade. You don't touch it directly. You're the middleman. Someone drops a package behind a dumpster. You pick it up. You walk into a house 3 blocks away. You knock twice. Someone opens the door. You hand them the package. You leave. You get paid $200 a week. That's more money than your mom makes in 3 days. You buy new shoes. You buy a chain. You start to feel powerful. But the risk is real. If the police catch you with that package, you're going to juvenile detention. MS-13 doesn't bail you out. You do your time. You keep your mouth shut. That's the rule. If you snitch, you die. They will find you. Even in prison, you also have to put in work. When the clique needs muscle, you show up. A store owner refuses to pay protection, you and 3 others walk in with bats. You smash the windows, you leave. Next week, the owner pays. A rival gang member is spotted in your territory, you grab a weapon, and you go hunting. Level 4. The Veterano. You're 19, you've been in for 5 years, you've done time, 18 months in county jail for assault. You sat in a cell and never said a word to the detectives. You came out and the clique threw you a party. You earned your stripes. Now you're a veterano, a veteran. You're not doing the grunt work anymore. You have younger soldiers working under you. They kick up money to you. You take your cut, then you pass the rest to the palaurero. Your job is to manage territory. You control 3 blocks. You decide which corner the dealers stand on. You decide who gets to sell and who gets taxed. You also enforce discipline. If a younger member is getting sloppy, talking too much, or skimming money, you're the one who corrects him. Sometimes that's a conversation, sometimes that's a beating, sometimes he disappears. You make about $1,500 a week, you have a car now, a used Honda, you have an apartment, you have a girl, life feels good, but you're marked. The police know your face. You're in a database labeled verified gang member. If anything happens in your territory, they come to you first. You can't leave the life, there's no running. MS-13 is everywhere. Los Angeles, Houston, Long Island, El Salvador. The only way out is in a coffin or as a rat. And rats don't live long. Level 5. The Palaurero. You're 24. You've survived longer than most. You've been shot twice. You've been arrested 6 times. You've been to prison twice, but you never broke. The clique trusts you. You're promoted to Palaurero, the one who speaks. You're the leader of your local clique. You have 30 to 40 soldiers under your command. You control an entire neighborhood. Your job is management. You collect the money from all your veteranos. You take your cut. Then you pass the rest up to the ranflero. You hold meetings. The veteranos come to you with problems. Barrio 18 hit one of our dealers. The police raided the stash house. You make decisions. You give the orders. You also handle diplomacy. When another gang wants to negotiate, they come to you. When there's beef between two soldiers, you settle it. Your word is law. If you say someone gets jumped out, it happens. If you say someone gets greenlit, marked for death, it happens. You're making 5,000 to 10,000 a week. You have power. You have respect. But you also have a target on your back. Every ambitious veterano wants your spot. Every rival gang wants you dead. The FBI has a task force dedicated to taking you down. You don't sleep well anymore. You keep a gun under your pillow. You change where you sleep every few nights. You trust no one completely, especially not your girlfriend. The Fed love to flip girlfriends. Level 6, the Ranflero. You're 30 years old. You're ancient in gang years. Most of the guys you come up with are dead or in prison serving life. But you're smart. You're careful. You've climbed up to the top. You're now the Ranflero, the regional leader. You control MS-13 operations across an entire city, even multiple cities. You have 5 or 6 palabreros reporting to you. You oversee hundreds of soldiers. You're not on the streets anymore. You operate from the shadows. You run the organization like a corporation. You manage the supply chain. You negotiate with the cartels for cocaine and heroin shipments. You set the prices. You control the distribution. You also handle the finances. MS-13 brings in millions. You have to launder that money. You open legitimate businesses, a car wash, a construction company, a nightclub. The money flows through them, getting clean. You're pulling in 20,000 to 50,000 a week. You live in a nice house. You drive a new truck. You wear expensive clothes. To your neighbors, you're just a successful businessman. They have no idea, but the pressure is crushing. The FBI has a wire on your phone. You know this, so you never talk business on phones. You meet in person. You speak in code. They're also dealing with international politics. MS-13 is not unified. It's a collection of cliques that sometimes cooperate and sometimes at war with each other. You have to keep the peace, and you're connected to the shot callers in prison. MS-13's highest leaders are locked up in maximum security prisons in El Salvador and the United States. They send out orders through lawyers and coded letters. When they say move, you move. When they say someone dies, that person dies. You're powerful, but you're not free. You're a prisoner of the life you chose. Level 7, the shot caller. You got arrested. The feds finally built their RICO case. You're looking at 30 years, no parole. You're going to die in prison. But here's the thing. Prison is where MS-13 really lives. On the streets, you are powerful. In here, you're a king. You're sent to a maximum security federal prison. Within a week, you've connected with the other MS-13 members inside. There are dozens of them. They run the prison. You become a shot caller. You're one of the leaders inside. You control what happens on your cell block. You decide who gets protection and who gets stabbed. You settle disputes. You enforce the laws. You also communicate with the streets. Your wife visits once a month. She brings news. She takes your orders back out. You're in a cage, but you still have power. You run the prison economy. Drugs come in through corrupt guards. Phones come through drones. Money flows to commissary accounts. You tax everything. You also order hits. A guy in the streets is snitching. You make a phone call. 3 days later, he's dead. A rival gang member gets transferred to your prison. You give the order. He gets stabbed in the shower. Prison is your empire now. You have respect. You have authority. You have control. The only thing you don't have is freedom. Level 8. The international leader. There's one more level. The highest level. The founders. The legends. MS-13 was born in Los Angeles in the 1980s. Salvadorian refugees fleeing civil war formed a gang to protect themselves. But in the 1990s, the US government deported thousands of MS-13 members back to El Salvador. They took the gang with them. Now MS-13 operates in 2 worlds, the streets of America and the streets of Central America. The highest leaders, the founders who are still alive, sit in Salvadorian prisons. Places like Zatecaloca, a maximum security prison where MS-13 runs entire cell blocks. These men are ghosts. They don't have social media. They don't do interviews. They communicate through layers of intermediaries. But their world is absolute. When they send out an order, it travels from El Salvador to Los Angeles to New York to Virginia. Thousands of soldiers follow that order without question. You will never reach this level. These men built MS-13. They are mythology. They are the religion. You're just a soldier in their army. Level 9. The end. You're 35 years old. You've been in MS-13 for 21 years. You've been shot 4 times. You've killed 3 people. You've been to prison twice. You've made hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you've lost it all. You sit in your car outside your mom's house. She's old now. She cries every time she sees you. She begs you to leave the gang. She says it's not too late. But it is too late. There's no retirement plan. There's no walking away. You're MS-13 for life. Blood in, blood out. You start the car. You drive to the corner where you first took 21 years ago as a paro. There's a new kid there. He's 14. He's watching. He's hungry. You see yourself in him, and the cycle continues.